Today we're talking about buying tickets. Buying tickets for the theatre, for concerts, for football matches. And first of all, I want you to think about how you buy tickets, where can you buy tickets. And I just want you to talk to your partner for a minute about how and where you can buy tickets if you want to go to the theatre, if you want to see a football match, if you want to go to see a band in concert. Okay? So with your partner.
Okay.
Okay, so for theater tickets.
And when you buy the ticket for internet, we need travel card.
Credit card. All the time you must have a credit card to buy a ticket. But a lot of the time in Italy, I use internet only to see play
with all the posters.
And they have things more cheaper.
Yes.
But here,
Yes.
they offer
But
some offer.
I think it's only for theater, not for other things like.
Yeah, they have offers, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they have tickets for opera, for a concert, for theater, for musicals, or cinemas.
Okay.
Right? And they are.
So Serena, what do you think? How do you buy tickets?
We could buy ticket in a ticket office or in internet, and sometimes from people that had bought ticket and then they resold.
Ah, yes. And where do you see these people?
Maybe outside the place where we want to go.
Okay. Alligators, right? They aren't they? But do you know what we call them here?
How? I don't know.
No. Does anyone know if you buy a ticket from a guy in the street? It's a bit
Second-hand ticket.
second-hand ticket. Fantastic.
Second-hand ticket.
We call them touts. Touts. Yeah. So if you buy a ticket from a tout,
It's the people, touts.
this is the
Okay.
person that you buy the ticket
On the
from.
streets.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you can buy a ticket from one of these people. Okay. And if you buy it on the internet, what's another way of saying that? You buy on one word?
Line.
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Online.
So you buy online, you can buy from a tout. What's the ticket office called? It's a special name for a ticket office at the theatre and at a football stadium as well.
There are like little houses.
Right.
I mean, in Piccadilly there are a lot. Like there is written
Yeah.
theater ticket,
Right.
and there are all the posters. I don't know the name of.
Okay. And what's the price like when you buy it from a
It's
place
cheaper.
like this? Yeah. So like
Half price.
yeah, sometimes they offer them half price or discount, don't they? And if it's the ticket office, not in Leicester Square or something, but a ticket office actually in the theatre or outside the stadium, do you know what we call that? No?
Office.
Oh, okay. We call this a box office.
Box office.
Yeah, you know that. Okay. Any other ways to buy tickets, Felipa?
I don't know. You had, I think, everything.
Okay.
Internet.
Did anybody talk about any other way of buying a ticket?
Maybe from someone that can go to the play or the match and sell you a ticket.
So,
No, maybe a
Like one of these
friend or a person you know.
okay, right. So we would say, I got these tickets
Yeah.
through a friend. Yeah. Okay. And another way is that you ring up. Yeah. Okay. So we would say, to buy tickets over the phone. And when you see an advert for a play at the theatre or a football match or something,
You must book it before the ticket.
exactly, it's a special booking line, you give them your credit card number.
Yeah.
And this number that you have to ring, is it going to cost you a little money or a lot of money to buy the ticket that way? When
It
you
should
actually pay
cost
for the
less.
phone call. In fact, it's what we call a premium rate number, and they normally begin something like 08700. If you know that you've got an 08700, it's going to, the phone call without anything else is going to cost you a lot of money. If you buy these kind of tickets from like the ticket agents in Leicester Square or something, often they're what we call standby tickets. Has anybody heard of this expression?
Stand.
A standby. It doesn't mean you stand. No, good guess. Basically, if it's a standby ticket, then nobody wanted it until the day, and so you buy it on the day, and that's why the price is lower, because you're basically buying it cheaper because the theatre can't sell it at the last minute to anyone else. So it's a standby ticket. Okay. Now, what's going to happen now is that Viv and I are going to have a conversation about buying tickets and our experience of buying tickets. And when we are talking, I've got a task for you to do. So let me show you the task. Here you go. You'll see the questions down here. What do we talk about among these things? How we've bought our tickets in the past, and just tick which ones we each talk about. How does Viv feel about buying tickets? Does she feel positive or negative? And make notes, say maybe a couple of things that she says, and the same for me. And then, how do we avoid paying too much for our tickets? What do we do to get around this problem? Okay, so we can pay less. All right?
This one is.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So
I don't
we
have
need
one.
another one
Oh,
because there was a wrong.
Thank you.
There you go.
So, Jacqueline,
Are you ready? Yeah? Okay.
do you remember we were talking about buying tickets for the theatre?
Yeah.
Well, I rang the theatre to get tickets for Les Mis the other day, and not only did they want to charge me for the tickets, there was a booking fee and the postage.
Yeah.
It was just such a rip-off.
Yeah, it really is, it really is. And you know, I just never call these numbers because it is. They just charge you so much, and I flatly refuse to do it. And one time I saw an ad for, it was a show with, you know those Turkish dancers, the whirling dervishes, and it said you could book online. So I thought, brilliant, I won't have to pay a booking fee. So I got onto their website and I tried to book this ticket and it wouldn't let me do it. And so what I did was then I rang the premium number, the 0700 one, and I said, I'd like to buy a ticket, and he said, that's fine, we've got one. And he said, there's a booking fee of £1.50. And I said, very calmly, I don't want to pay that. And I explained why, I explained about the internet site and everything. And he said, okay, that's fine. And he waived it, so I didn't have to pay. And I think that sometimes you just have to try and make a stand here and just say, because it is a real rip-off.
Absolutely. Well, I'd have to literally go to the theatre myself, or there are some places in Leicester Square where you
I
can
know.
buy cheaper
Yeah.
tickets, but I think you can only buy them for that particular day. So if you want to plan ahead, it's not very good, is it?
No, it isn't. And what I try and do is just buy the cheapest ticket.
Yeah, you still
So,
have to pay
you know.
the booking fee
Well,
and
yeah,
all
that's
that.
true. Yeah. And you know, they have these standby tickets that sometimes if you can wait until the day of the performance, I know sometimes it's if you're a student or something, but often they'll sell them to you. And have you ever bought a ticket from a tout?
Yes, I have.
I did it at Christmas. On
Yeah.
Boxing Day, I wanted to go and see Arsenal play, sorry.
Yeah.
And I really wanted a ticket for this match, but I didn't have one, and you know it's impossible to get them. So I decided I was going to buy a ticket from a tout. And I went to the street outside the stadium, and I said to the first guy who came up and said, "Anybody want tickets?" I very bravely said, "Yes, me." And he said, "How many?" "One, please." Okay, and he led me away down the street, away from the police.
Oh,
It's
right.
very exciting. And then he showed me the ticket, and the face value of the ticket was £50, and he was going to charge me 80. And I just said, "Thank you very much," and I walked away because I'd already decided that my maximum, my top price was going to be 60. So I started walking away from him when he said 80, and he came up and he said, "Okay, how much do you want to pay?" And I said 60. And he said, "Fine." And I gave him the cash, and it was really good value for money
Excellent.
because, you know, it was only a £10 markup. So I was really happy with that.
Fantastic. And I bought tickets off a tout in Madrid at the Bernabeu Stadium, had wonderful seats. But I'd been ripped off in London with theatre tickets. A friend wanted to see Mamma Mia. We got to the theatre 1 minute before the performance started. There was a tout. He had 2 tickets in the stalls, 5 rows from the front. Fantastic.
Great.
£100. Okay, fine, perfect. Gave him the money, walked into the theatre, so excited, looked at the tickets. The top ticket was the stalls, 5 rows from the front. The second ticket underneath was way up at the back of
In
the
the
theatre.
gods.
It was about £7 for that ticket. It was awful. And I realised we'd been conned and I'd learned my
You must have
lesson.
been so upset.
I was really upset, but learned my lesson. Always check all the tickets you're buying.
Yeah.
But then even if you check the tickets, how do you know if they're fake,
Or
real?
or, well, this is the thing. I mean, I got my ticket and I was really happy with it, but it was my first time doing this, and I had to trust the guy. And how do you trust them? You don't know who they are. You give them cash. You know, the police aren't going to do anything to help you.
Absolutely.
And I just had to trust that when I went into the stadium, I wouldn't look at everybody else's ticket and realise they were a slightly different shade of red and somebody was sitting in my seat. It would have been a nightmare, but actually it was fine, and I had a really good seat, and of course Arsenal won, so I was really happy.
Really good then. Well, I suppose that's the risk you take. Well, shall we go to Leicester Square on Saturday and see if we can get tickets for
Yeah,
Mary
that'd be great. I'm
Poppins?
free. Okay,
right.
I'll see you there.
Good, all right then.
Okay, 1 minute, check your pairs. What did you hear?
They feel negative.
Buying tickets, but yeah.
I think they feel negative, upset is to buy tickets. They did not like really.
Yeah, but he bought from a tote for
Yeah.
£60,
And
the tote
he
told
accused
yeah, and the told her asked her £80 for the ticket, and she said no. The story.
yeah.
It was
And she bought cheaper. But
Yes,
she
yes,
bought cheaper,
60.
It's 60. Yeah.
and the ticket was it was written on the ticket 50.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
I didn't even get it.
Okay. Let's see what you heard then from that. What does Viv talk about of these?
From tops.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
Online?
Did she talk about buying tickets online? What do you think, Serena? No.
I think so.
Okay. And me? What do I talk about? Luca?
From totes.
Yeah.
one also over the phone.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Felipe?
In person? No?
I didn't say anything about that. No. Fatima?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You said checking online.
Right. Yeah, I did
About
with
it.
that ad, and I couldn't
Yeah.
get my tickets online, so I did it over the phone.
Mm-mm,
Right.
mm-mm.
Good. Now, how does Viv feel about buying tickets then? Does she feel good about it, or is she,
Angry.
yeah? What did she say?
Oh, yeah, about that.
She suggest check the ticket before when you buy to someone,
Yeah.
check the ticket.
Yeah.
Not only the first, continue the second one.
Yeah, because there was
Could be
one
any
was really
surprise.
good place, and the other one was not good.
Yeah. Exactly. Did she say anything good about buying tickets? Serena?
Yes, because you paid the ticket not so much.
Yeah. Do you know what Serena means, Luca?
The price is not the problem for me. No.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
The only problem to find the ticket.
Yeah. Okay. What about me? How do I feel about it then?
Oh,
Regis, what was I saying?
I didn't get, really. I didn't get all the
Okay. Lorenzo, can you
conversation.
help me?
oh, for you, it's a problem, the price.
Yes. This is the difference between us, right?
You said that you want to spend max 60 pound,
Yeah.
and told you 80, and you said no,
Right.
it's not okay for me. And
Yeah.
he said, okay, how much do you want to spend?
Yeah.
And you said 16. Okay,
Right. Exactly.
that was.
You want to find a good place for a busy ticket.
For
For
a-
a cheap ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think sometimes you feel they ripped off you.
Yeah. Okay. Who do I feel did this to me, Fatima? Well, yeah, he wanted to, didn't he? Because he wanted to charge £80, right? Exactly. Yeah. And how do we both avoid paying too much? What solutions do we have to this problem, Felipe?
No, you are happy. You are happy with the price of your ticket, and especially when you sit in your place
Right.
and check everything was okay. Nobody is sitting there. And
Yeah, exactly. Everything was all right, yeah. And how do we keep the cost down? How do we pay less? Did we have any solutions to that, Lorenzo?
Buy a ticket in time, maybe. In a good time to buy a ticket. Maybe if you have a concert 1 month
Right,
ago,
yeah.
maybe it's better.
So buy in advance?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
in advance.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us said that, but that's a good idea. Okay. Serena, what did we suggest? Can you remember? Okay. Yeah, to go for the cheaper tickets, right. And did Viv have any suggestions for this?
Maybe you were saying that told maybe it's cheaper than everyone else. No, you didn't.
Was I? I don't know. I mean, obviously he came down in price
Yeah.
for me, didn't he? Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
And which of these did Viv talk about as a way to get cheaper tickets? Can you remember?
Maybe standby tickets.
Yeah, to go to, she was talking about the places in Leicester
Leicester
Square,
Square.
wasn't she? Okay,
Yeah.
good. Now, with the conversation that we had, there was some really nice language in there. And to talk about buying tickets and the problems of buying tickets and how to avoid them, okay, and how we feel about buying tickets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a task which pulls out the language to see if you can remember what we said. Don't worry if you can't remember them all. Okay? Do this in pairs so that you can help each other. Two heads are better than one.
So it came to 70.
Just such.
With the pen.
Yeah.
Okay. Such a.
Good price? Yeah. It comes to 35 in the end. It's just such a good price. Also, I don't know. Yeah. But you talk about this ticket lines because it's a prime number and 0 is another number and yes, that's right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see which ones you can remember.
Or just.
Maybe.
It came to £75 at the end. It's just such a... Now, actually, Fatima, you recognise this before, didn't you? Yeah, a rip-off. Or it's a real rip-off, okay? Both mean the same. And as well as real, we can say, does anybody know? We could say it's, to make it stronger, it's a rip-off, it's a rip-off. You can't say really, that's why we say real. Okay, it's a real rip-off. Any others that you know?
But
It's a
rip-off means that it's cheap, or it's.
So, was it cheap?
Yes.
Viv
No.
said, and you know they charged me a booking fee and there was a postage and packing fee and in the end it came to, yeah? Was it cheap?
No.
No. Okay. Was it expensive?
Yes.
Was Viv happy
No.
about the price that she paid?
Okay, no.
Did she do anything wrong? No. Did the person selling the ticket do anything wrong?
Oh yes.
The
Okay.
place.
Well, it might be a company or it might be a person,
Yeah.
who's selling her the ticket. And is it illegal?
Yes, it is.
Maybe. Sometimes it
But
is and
you
sometimes
said,
it isn't.
Your tooth bring you far from the police.
Yeah, right. So
So-
in some places it's illegal and some places it isn't. Is it immoral?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
More.
Depends if
Actually,
the
I mean-
values and you you buy the ticket expensive and could be immoral, no? But is it the same price? Or
Right. It depends
okay?
how you feel, because maybe it's a rip-off, in fact,
Yeah, it's
but
true.
you don't care because it's, you know. So maybe.
Normally, I mean, if I have a ticket for something and I cannot go there, if I want to sell the ticket, I sell cheaper than the price, the normal price.
Because you can't get the face value. Yeah, exactly. And as well as saying it's a real rip-off, we can say it's a total rip-off.
Uh-huh.
And for ticket, if you buy some ticket very cheap, you can say it's a bargain.
Yes, good. It's a bargain. Bargain. It's a bargain. Right. If the price is really good. Yeah. Okay. Now, also Viv said, I was, what did she say? How would we use this? I was...
Ripped off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ripping.
I was ripped off. Yeah? They ripped... What comes after that? They ripped me off. And notice that it's not they ripped off me. No. They ripped me off, they ripped us off. He ripped him off. Okay. Object here. Now, what about the pronunciation? It's just such a rip-off. It's just such a rip-off. Everyone? It's just such a rip-off. £75, it's just such a rip-off.
70 pounds is such a rip-off.
Such a rip-off.
Such a rip-off.
Such a rip-off.
Such a rip-off. Okay. And here it's the same. Okay. That this.
It's total. It's really.
It's a real rip-off. It's a real rip-off.
Real.
It's a total rip-off.
Total.
It's an absolute rip-off. It's an absolute rip-off. It's an absolute rip-off. Okay. Now, next one. I try to avoid these ticket lines because it's a premium number, and I... What?
Really?
I really refuse.
Refused.
Something
Just-
stronger.
Just.
I just refuse. You could say that. Yeah, absolutely. I just refuse to do it. What I said
I too refused.
was this. I flatly refuse to do it.
Flatly.
I flatly refuse.
Or I do refused.
So look, here, if this is, I refuse a little bit, I don't feel very strongly. And this is 100%, yeah? I flatly
I
refuse.
do refuse.
Which,
you say.
where does it come? How strong is this word? I flatly refuse.
It's 0.
You can say I do refuse to do it. Or you can't.
Oh, flat.
I do
How,
refuse.
do I feel very strongly that I don't want to call these numbers? Or
Yes.
is it, it's okay?
I mean, you are. It's 100% that you don't want to do
It
it.
is. I flatly refuse is 100% I don't want to do it. Okay? She asked me to do that and I flatly refused. Okay? You might say totally, but we don't say totally refuse. We say I flatly refuse to do it. I said £60 and he said okay. I thought that was great. What?
I don't remember.
Anybody remember?
Great.
Was I happy with the price that he gave me in the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Value.
Value, good.
Oh, great value money.
Now, what goes in here? Preposition.
Of
value
For.
for
For
money.
Great value for money. So, yes, I was happy.
Safe. Yes. Talk safe. Maybe.
I felt safe. Right, so one of the important things is, did I know, more or less, that my ticket was okay? Yeah, I believed him when he said that to me. And was it a good seat? Yeah? Or not?
what?
Was I happy with the seat that I bought? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, look, for me as a teacher, this is a loss of money. But, yeah, it was great value for money. Because in exchange for the money I got, did I get a lot or a little?
But a little. I mean,
So I paid this money, and what I got in exchange was this ticket a lot for me or a little? A lot, right. So
Okay.
I got a lot for my money. Great value for money. We can say, what other words could we use? We could just say, it was value for money. But this was more. It was great value for money. I had a good seat. I saw Arsenal win. It was fantastic. Okay, so it was great value for money. What else could we say? It was
was
worse.
The pronunciation.
We could say good.
but it's not great.
What else could we say? It was
Excellent.
yeah. You can. It's excellent value for money. Yeah, or fantastic value for money. Okay. Okay. Now look at the pronunciation here. Here. F. So listen. Value for money. For money. For money. For money.
For money.
No R.
No R. No, just F. It's short, very quick. So when you hear it, when you hear me say it, you might think, what's she saying? For money. Everyone, for money.
For money.
For money. Value for money.
Value for money.
Value for money.
Value for money.
It was great value for money.
It's very
Great value for money.
Okay, good. What's the opposite of good value for money?
It was a bad value for money.
Right, we don't say.
No?
No. We don't say that.
Oh.
No. We say it was expensive. Okay. Or we can say it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't great value for money. It was.
Or it wasn't good. Value for money. Okay. But we don't say it was bad value for money. Right. Finally, we realised we'd been. What did Viv and her friend realise? We'd been.
Mean. I don't know the verb. I mean, I understand the.
Yeah. What's that situation?
Good experience. Good experience.
It was it a good experience?
We realized it had been a good experience. In the future, I know I should check both.
Was it a good experience or a bad experience that
Bad
she had?
experience.
A bad experience. Why was it a bad experience?
Because one place it was good and one place was really
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
So what had happened to them? The man had.
They give you two different tickets.
And what's the verb that we use when somebody does this to you? It's
Cheat? No, cheat. Cheat.
cheated, right?
Yeah. Cheat.
So they'd been cheated, or we use the word. Viv used the word conned.
Con.
Okay, conned. So he sold her 2 tickets in different places in the theatre. Okay. Did Viv do anything wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
not,
did she do
Not
wrong?
checking if we was.
Right, but you know, it wasn't anything that she did that was bad.
No.
No.
Just
Maybe a little bit.
The other person made something bad.
Right, he did something wrong, and maybe Viv was just a little bit careless maybe, yeah? Maybe she thought afterwards, oh, stupid, yeah? So she didn't do anything bad, but he did something bad. Did he plan it? Do you think he planned to do that?
No.
Because he had these 2 tickets, yeah?
Oh,
And did he plan
planned.
to do that?
He planned it.
Oh yes.
Did he think in advance before that he was going to do that to her?
I hope not. Because
Well, I think he did, and that's why Viv used the word conned, because, you know, he knew that he was going to do that. He had this plan in his head, and he conned her. And another word, cheated or tricked her. Okay, he conned her.
yeah, but maybe it was just an error. He had 4 tickets, and no.
Okay, I'm a bit more cynical than that,
Okay.
Lorenzo, I think. Has anybody ever conned you? Have you ever been conned?
Con.
You've been very lucky by the sounds of it. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick practice activity to practice this language. And what I want you to do is to have a look on here. You've just got 5 sentences, and you need to put one of these things into each one. So let's see if you can work out which one goes in which one. Okay, when you've done as much as you can, check with your partner.
Yeah.
Check with Lorenzo.
Okay.
Regis. Maybe he can help you with some as well. Girls are doing really well now.
The first one. This one?
This one, no? It's not good.
Okay, let's have a look then. The first one, I refuse to pay, but I flatly good, Serena, yes. Number 2, I thought it was excellent.
Value for money.
Value for money.
Right, good pronunciation. I paid £25 for my ticket and then found out my friend got hers for 15. It was a...
We are rip-off.
Yes, okay. I'll never buy a ticket from a tout again. I've really what?
Learned mine and a mistake maybe.
Yeah. Now look, we can say learned from my mistake. or learned my, anyone?
Mistake. No,
Yeah. So you can use
lesson.
both.
Oh, yeah.
But here we need from and here we
Okay.
don't. Learn my lesson, which is what Viv said. She really learned her lesson. And you know, it's actually more natural. Viv naturally said, I learn my lesson, not I learn from my mistake. It's more natural to say it this way. I learn my lesson. I've really learned my lesson. I bought tickets from a tout which turned out to be fake, and I realised I'd been ripped off or conned. Yeah, I'd been conned. Okay. Yeah. Good. So if I'd been ripped off, the price is the problem.
Yeah.
Right? If I'd been conned, maybe the price is the problem, or maybe, what was the problem
Something
here?
else, for example,
Something else,
something.
right, yeah. So conned is stronger, and it's also a wider meaning. Ripped off is about the price, and that's about something else as well. Okay, now, it's your turn. What experience have you had buying tickets? Here in London, or maybe back home where you come from? Buying tickets for theatre, buying tickets for concerts. I know, Luca, you love music,
Yeah.
don't you? Buying tickets if you like football or any other kind of sport. Have you ever been ripped off? Or do you feel that you've always got value for money? Is that important to you? Okay? Or maybe your friends, you know something about your parents. Okay? So what experiences have you had? And I want you to just be in little circles, groups of 3. So maybe Lorenzo, come round and face Luca, and yeah, that's perfect. And then can you come round, Regis, and face the girls there? Brilliant. Okay. And I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, okay? So have a nice big chat.
I was very good speaking about it because I went to the Oriental Open Theater.
Those tickets, and then we entered immediately.
You avoid the queue.
Yeah,
avoid the
I
queue.
avoided you. It was good, a positive experience.
And you prepared less. You paid cheaper. You paid
No,
for
not £2 more, but
Oh,
only £2.
£2 more. Okay. I had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Almost a bad experience yesterday. I went yesterday. I went to buy a ticket to have a trip last week, next weekend. Then I asked for a ticket to Friday and to return on Sunday. I want to go to Cardiff. Right? I would like to go to Cardiff. Then he printed it on the machine. Then he gave me, and I pay for the tickets. Then when I was going out, I tried to see if it's real what I asked for. And then she had gave me the ticket for tomorrow, not for Friday, right? Then I paid attention and I returned there. And I asked you to change it. I was not rip out, but that was a big mistake. But,
A mistake,
I
not
paid
a...
for £50.
The first, I've booked a ticket in advance with my sisters, and it was about the concert in a religion about the Muslim people. They celebrate of something.
Yeah.
So when I arrived there, it was my name, but not the money. So
What was your name, right?
yeah, it was just my name and without paying the ticket. But I've already paid the ticket. Yes. So they start making trouble with us.
Yeah.
You didn't pay, and you have to pay again now. And it was for
Excuse me, I didn't understand really. You paid, it was your name there.
Yes,
But?
because I've booked and paid in advance.
Okay.
And when I arrived there, they told me you didn't pay. You have to pay again now.
But you have the ticket?
No,
You
the
don't have the
ticket.
ticket?
Okay.
You buy phone.
Yes.
By
And
phone.
you pay by credit card, and when you
Okay.
when you go there, you
I got
have
it.
to
Okay.
receive the ticket from them.
Okay.
So it was very
Online.
yes,
Yes.
but I didn't pay. I go home.
I
Yeah.
didn't go. Bad experience. Okay.
Good.
Okay, can you come back, Lorenzo and Regis, can you come back into the horseshoe? So, let's hear. Can we have one interesting little story from each group? We don't have enough time to hit all your stories, unfortunately. But from this group, what do you want to tell us?
She found a person in Regent's Park, and
She was really lucky.
lucky, yeah, because this person
He asking, anyone want a ticket?
Oh, really?
And I was in the queue, and I say, yes, me. And when I asking to him how much is, he say, no, it's free ticket. So it's not only free ticket, was in the first line in the theater.
No way. Did you give him a big hug?
Yes, and
Yeah.
I was in the last in the queue, very, very big queue. I was in the last, so I go ahead.
It was your lucky
I'm
day.
in the-
Yeah. That's lovely. Oh, I hope
the
he
most
has-
lucky person.
Really, you are. And I hope he has good
For a
karma.
ticket.
You know, what a great person to just give his ticket away. Like, wasn't even trying to rip anybody off, not even charging face value, just giving you his ticket. That's great. Maybe just for the benefit of seeing your beautiful smile. And from this group?
Last Saturday, I went to the Madame Tussauds, and there was a long queue. And so my friends and I were in the queue, and we saw a girl of the museum, and she had tickets at 25 pounds instead of 23. But with those tickets, you can enter immediately,
Right.
so without waiting. So we bought those tickets, and then we entered immediately without problem.
Right.
But at first I thought they're not true tickets. But
Right.
then I saw that the girl was worked in the museum, so there's no problem.
Yeah. And in the end, it was okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. I enjoyed the museum.
Good
Okay.
value for money. Now look, while you were talking, I was listening and making some notes. So I can help you with a couple of things here. So have a look at this. No. In fact,
A lot
you
of
know,
them.
let's look at this because I heard some really nice things. Fatima said, I booked in advance. What's the opposite of booking in advance?
Last minute ticket.
Right, exactly. And someone asked me, I can't remember what the word is for a ticket that you can use all year. I
Yeah,
think
season
Lorenzo-
ticket,
A
no?
season ticket. Right. I wish I had a season ticket for Arsenal. Okay. And also, I heard you, Felipe, when you were talking about this man who gave you the ticket, and one of the other guys in your group said, and did you have to pay? And you said, no. He gave me this ticket, whoops,
For free.
for me, for free, okay? It's really nice. He gave it to me for free, we say. Didn't cost me any money. Now, if somebody doesn't come, imagine you've agreed to meet at Piccadilly Circus because you're going to the theatre at 7 o'clock, and at 7:30 it's meant to be a group of 5 of you and there are 4. So somebody doesn't come. Another way that we can say this It's more natural.
Turn up.
Somebody doesn't turn up, yeah. Similar to arrive, but this is the natural way to say it. You know, we waited for a long time and he didn't turn up. Or you could say, if somebody can't make it. If somebody can't make it.
Phrasal verbs are really difficult to understand.
Oh yes, keeps me in a job. If somebody can't make it, what might be the reasons they can't make it?
They change the opinion, maybe.
No,
Say
maybe
it's a bit-
they're in
Probably
the
not
traffic.
The traffic.
Something happens in the family or at work.
Exactly, yeah. You know, their babysitter didn't come, or their boss said, no, you can't leave early or something. One of these reasons they couldn't make it, okay? Who couldn't make it today? Hyun. Hyun couldn't make it today, yeah, for our class, okay.
For a long.
Right, now, Serena was worried that her tickets might not be true, but we wouldn't say true. I know exactly what she means. We know what she means. What's the word that we use?
Real.
Begins with G.
Good.
Genuine. All right. So they're not genuine tickets. All right. Now the opposite of that is what Viv was saying earlier. When you've bought this ticket from a tout, how do you know it's not a? How do you know it's genuine? How do you know it's not a?
Fake.
Fake. And fake is an adjective and a noun as well. Okay, and a verb actually. Okay. Now, Serena also said that the price of this ticket was £23 and the woman was asking for £25. So, £23 we call
Oh yeah.
the face value.
Yeah. You
The
said
value on
face
the face
value
of
the ticket when you were talking about that,
Exactly.
and it was 50, no?
It was 50, yeah. And what did I pay?
60.
60. Right. And what did Serena pay?
25.
25.
Face value of the ticket.
Now, so in my case, from 50 to 60, and in Serena's case, from 23 to 25, there was a £10 or a £2 markup.
Markup.
A markup because the price, the person selling it, the tout or this woman in the queue said there was a £2 markup or £10 markup from the face value of the ticket. Okay. And because Serena paid £25, what could she do? What was the benefit for her of paying the extra £2?
£2 mark up.
It was a £2 markup, and why did she say, okay, I'll pay £2 extra?
Because it's not a lot. I mean, £2 of markup.
Mm-hmm. And what did she get in exchange for this extra £2?
Oh, she didn't have to. No, what?
Yeah,
She didn't have to do the line.
Yeah, right. She didn't have to wait. We say. Do you know what the verb is that we use here?
Jump. No.
She jumped the queue. Right.
Maybe snake. Maybe snake. Oh no.
Yeah, we don't call it that in English, but I know what you mean. Yeah. She jumped the queue. Sometimes jumping the queue is okay if you have permission.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when I go to queue for Wimbledon tickets this afternoon, I'm not going to be happy if somebody jumps the queue because I'm going to get there at 2 o'clock and I'm going to sleep on the pavement overnight. And if somebody comes tomorrow morning in front of me and he does this, no way. No, I'm sorry. You should have slept on the pavement. You should have a sore hip like I have. Okay. Well, that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.
Thank you.